Hey, what's up, everyone? This is going to be a review for episode 5 of Attack on Titan. Now, this episode starts out how well the last episode ended, including, the main character about to go battle the main big red Titan in the flesh, the one with no skin, the one that shows up every time and kicks down walls and stuff like that, so then the smaller Titans can get in there and everything. And as he started getting into the battle and everything, he started crawling up its arm and everything, and as it tried to hit him and everything, he dodged it, and he was doing really good generally as far as the combat goes and everything. And when he was getting to the point where he was about to, slash it in the back, because we find out in this episode that's their main weakness, because they could regenerate and they could heal very easily, but if you cut off towards around their spine or around the back of their neck, then they won't be able to do that, and you'll just completely kill them, or at least they won't be able to regenerate, then you kill them or something like that. So he went for that spot, and then all of a sudden there's this big force that was pushing. So I guess he pressed a button on the belt and everything that pulled him to the creature. And he did that, and as soon as he was about to slash the creature, disappeared into thin air. And oh my gosh, all I can say is, how the frick is this going on? Like I said on the first review when I first saw that thing, there must be a bigger picture to this anime in general. There must be a big guy up there that's very powerful that could send down these demons, well, not demons, but creatures down there in an instant and just do all that kind of stuff. There must be a reason, because generally a big thing like that can't just teleport. It really can't. There must be something else helping it do it or something, I'm pretty sure. And I really want to find out about that, but I'm not going to go too long on that. But anyways, it disappeared and everything. So him and his friends were getting rounded up and everything, and, he was like, I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't just, I couldn't take it down or anything like that, or wasn't really helpful. They're like, hey, we were just sitting here doing nothing and stuff like that. And there's this one guy, I guess he's the one that's kind of the leader of their group, and he came up and he rounded them up and told them, get ready and everything. And, for a good segment of the actual episode, it was about people getting rounded up and everything, ready for battle, because the Titans were going through and were getting ready. And they're doing actually not that bad, because for all the cannons were just knocking them off, but since they regenerate so much, they were just crawling with their legs and everything missing, and some got their skin and everything off their face, and they're just crawling and just seeing the bones and everything. It was crazy, and just seeing that, and it really sucked, because we didn't exactly, well, they kind of skipped a little bit as far as the action goes on this tiny little bitty part, is when, at a certain point, all the people that were, trying to, guard the front so then they can't get inside or anything like that were just dead and on the ground and everything. And that really, really sucked, seeing that. But we didn't exactly get to see, how that happened or how each and every one of them died. But these were just not exactly the main characters or anything like that, or, any of the main characters that you learned to know. And it kind of makes sense, but at least they should have shown a little bit of, how they died and stuff like that. But there's this one guy, and, he just saw his, teammates there, and it really sucks seeing that. But anyways, as time went on, he tried to get Arwen, I believe is Arving, his friend, the main character did, and, his friend was being so nervous just hearing, about the attack and everything, made him so shaky and everything. So, he ended up trying to, get his attention and try to, calm down, man. And he ended up calming down and everything, and that one guy I talked about, God, I keep on forgetting his name, but it's not just my fault, every time, someone talks to him or something, they don't say it by his name usually, they just start up a conversation without saying his name or anything. That one guy I said in the last few reviews, it seems like that got into an argument with him, and that's jealous of the girl and stuff like that, and I think is the son of the guard from the second episode that was being kind of a jerk. Anyways, he actually got to the point where he was just being, he was getting really mad at everything about this attack. Like, man, I was just about to leave tomorrow to go to this place. And, now with this attack starting today, this really sucks. And he ended up, getting into an argument, running into the main character. They literally just hit each other. And, well, not punched, but, bumped into each other. And they ended up getting in a conversation, a little argument again. And seeing as they, got into an argument again, but then, of course, the main character, he ended up, pushing him to the wall and stuff like that, because he's really strong for a little guy, and he ended up pushing him to the side and ended up, not exactly going on to another lecture or anything like that, but end up, talking about, how everything we've learned and everything, all these trainings of all these years, some people almost died from just the harsh training that we went through, and some people dropped out, and, some people, just left and stuff like that, but, we worked all this time, for this, and, if we could survive, through that and everything, and we are alive today, and we will live another day, and, that's what got that one guy, just I guess you could say kind of refueled, because the main character did have some points, and it kind of sickens that guy. I think just seeing that the guy's right and everything, and he always gets proven wrong, so that's why he kind of hates him a little bit. But anyways, they got to the point where Mikasha was like, later when things get too bad, then join up with my group and stuff like that. But then this other guy came along and was like, hey, we're calling you in, we need you over here. And she's like, what? I wasn't supposed to be over there. And then, I don't want to be over there. What if I want to be with my main group? And then the guy was like, I didn't ask for your opinion. And then she ended up having to go, and the main character ended up having to talk some sense into her, saying, hey, don't just go what you personally want or think, The main objective is this is, mankind's fighting chance, and we have to defend, the existence, of our species, so then we don't go extinct or anything like that. And she kind of I guess you could say got it, and she ended up going off. And then this is where it gets tense, and this is where it gets to the action. So him and his group and everything get together. The main character, oh man, I thought I remember is Eren or Eren. Anyways, they started getting ready for the action and everything, getting ready to attack and everything. So as they were getting into it and everything, they were just getting ready. At one point, I thought I saw something else, but anyway, someone ended up getting hit. I thought someone saved them or something, but one of the characters almost ended up getting hit. But instead, I think another one saved, the main character. And I really hate hearing this, or seeing this, but I think it was Berthold, the one of the characters that he's grown very close to, and well, it wasn't the best thing to see, but he ended up getting eaten, and just seeing that was very bad to see. Just seeing another character, so I was thinking to myself, okay, I knew at least one of these characters was going to eventually die. But as things progressed, people were just getting hit, they got their strings and everything ripped off and everything, and just seeing all this stuff, like, man, freaking just seeing all these characters die and stuff, and I'm sorry for, a lot of spoilers, but just seeing this, it's like, oh my gosh, I mean, after all this training, they were supposed to, come back with a fighting chance and everything, but then they end up, getting, defeated just as, easily. And it's just crazy, and it's like, wow, I mean, just mind-boggling, and just really just sad and freaking sucked. And, the main character, he ended up getting one of his legs eaten off, and he ended up, Arwen, God, I forgot. But anyways, he, one of the main character's closest friends, he ended up actually, almost getting eaten. He got swallowed, but he didn't get bitten on. So the main character, he woke up, from being knocked out and everything. He went and saved his friend. He threw him out onto the rooftop and everything. And, he was trying to, was using all his strength to push up, keep the monster's mouth open and everything, or the Titans. And, before you know it, his arm's been, off. And I'm pretty sure the main character is alive, which I hope he is alive. But this, I know I've made a couple of resemblances or said a couple things like this, but, talking about how, a couple tiny little bitty things remind me of, Code Geass, mainly the narrator's voice, and a couple things remind me of Fullmetal Alchemist. Don't you find it a little bit ironic that he's had one arm and one leg off, just bitten off, and just seeing that? Like, there's just a resemblance. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit too similar, I just gotta say. A little bit too similar as far as that. Specifically thinking that I think it was on, one arm on one side of the body and then the leg on the other side of the body. And it wasn't, from both the same side of the body or anything like that. So it's just a little bit too resemblant. But that's kind of how the episode kind of ended, with, him, his friend, getting, just crying, just seeing his own friend getting swallowed and everything, and his limbs being bitten off pretty much, and, that just really, really sucked. And, and the female, man, I said her name earlier, Makarsha, or something like that. Sorry, guys, about this, but, I just want to get this review done, do this review as soon as possible, but Mikasha, she actually ended up hearing him cry from very far away, and she turned around, she heard it, and that's how it ended. And it's just like, oh my gosh, this episode, I gotta say, is so depressing, just seeing through all these episodes, the things they learn and their training and everything, and just, oh my gosh, just, it changed almost nothing. But as long as the main character, I am fine. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I know a few people that if they would have gotten to this point, they would have quit. They're like, nope, this is too, depressing. This is too sad. I'm not going to watch any more of this series. And they would have quit by now, but I always go through, and I just keep watching the next episodes anyways. But they showed us preview at the end. It looks like it's going to be an episode kind of going through his past and his memories and everything from the main characters. And a little bit, of the present, what's going on right now. But I'm going to give this episode a 4.5 out of 5. The animation, of course, was good. They didn't spend too much time on one thing or anything like that. And there was a lot of emotion. I will say that. There was a lot of emotion and stuff. And it was so depressing and sad. I mean, but at least they delivered. And I understand that's kind of the main theme of this anime. Is things not, always being lucky all the time or anything like that, And just, this really, really sucks. But as long as things progress or get better throughout the anime, I'm fine. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. And as you can tell, I'm going to definitely have to watch the next episode and watch more to come. Just because I want to see what happens. As far as the main character and seeing how things go, it's probably one of those things they're going to be putting on hold, and they're going to have multiple episodes, happen, before we actually find out, or we're just going to be finding out later down the line in the story, whether he's alive or not, or see exactly how things go. And just, as much as I really hate waiting, I just want to find out. I really, really do. And I just really can't wait to see what happens. And if one good thing happens or comes out of this, I'd be really happy. But at the same time, I understand this anime is not exactly supposed to be like that. You're not always have luck or always have a positive outcome of something. But just one little good thing would sometimes be very appreciative. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video.